So I did build the fastest XP PC, or what I thought was the fastest XP PC. See, I use the 3770K, which is the fastest consumer platform. But theoretically, the X79 platform also supports XP, and is the last one to support Vista as well. Actually, a lot of manufacturers drop support for XP and Vista together. So here we go again. We're going with the fastest possible CPU for Windows Vista, the 4960X, which was a $990 CPU at launch. Jeez. An X79 motherboard and DDR3 RAM. So what graphics card can we use? Well, here's the major difference. The Titan Black was the single fastest GPU to support XP, but for Vista, it's actually the Titan X. The names are confusing. The Titan X is one generation newer. Now, we already have the Titan Black, but the Titan X was a $1,000 card at launch. So off to buying the parts. No Optiplex this time. We already have the 600-watt PSU from last time, and look around eBay, the individual CPU, RAM, and motherboards were starting to get way too expensive. But a few listings pop up with the CPU, RAM, and motherboard as a combo, so I bought one, set it up, and nothing. I tried different GPUs, adding a CPU cooler, trying different sockets, reseating the RAM, but the error code, which indicated a PCIe error, would not go away. Thankfully, the seller immediately refunded the order, and I was pretty sure that the CPU and the RAM were completely fine. It was most probably the motherboard. So I ordered a new one, which, side note, there seem to be a lot of new Chinese motherboards, but I stuck with an old used one, which I know has drivers. I took all the parts out from the old motherboard, assembled them onto the new motherboard, and it posted. Thank God. Okay, so there's no way I can keep using this PC like this, so we need to put it in a case. Unfortunately, the Optiplex case is too small to hold this ATX motherboard, and I don't want to ruin the Windows 98 PC, so off to buying a new case, which we're gonna be budget conscious. We don't need RGB and all that jazz. So I went on Amazon and found this not so ugly case for $55, and put all this crap in there, which sounds easy, but cable management was a bitch. So after about 40 million hours, it's in the box. Don't look at the cables, yeah, and don't check to me about cable management. So with the CPU, GPU, PSU, RAM, motherboard, case, and SSD, we're looking at a grand total of $2549 in 2015. But today, it cost me $385 for a pretty decent PC. So first we have to install Windows Vista, but I'd already installed Windows 7 first. So I made a bootable USB, which fails here, but usually it still works, but it didn't. So I was like, okay, I guess we're gonna have to use a DVD. So I got the DVD-ROM out of the Optiplex, plugged it in, and yeah, it works. Well, for some reason it's incredibly slow at reading DVDs and can only read CDs at a reasonable speed. And the only other DVD drive I have is USB, which negates the problem I was trying to solve since it doesn't boot from USB. But then I thought maybe it's these special super fast USB ports that are the problem. So I plugged it into another USB port, and that worked until we got to this error. Okay, so apparently Windows 7 converted this disk to GPT, while Vista and below need MBR. And unfortunately, it's not too easy to convert these disk types, even by formatting. Because Windows 7 cannot convert the disk it's installed onto MBR, and you cannot convert a single partition to MBR either. The whole disk must be converted. So back to the installer, we're running diskpart through CMD and formatting it manually still wouldn't convert. So I got the Windows 10 SSD from the Optiplex, booted into Windows 10 while the Windows 7 SSD was still connected, converted the Windows 7 SSD to MBR through Windows 10, and that finally worked. Well, my Windows 10 install got corrupted, but whatever. So we get to the desktop, start installing drivers, and legacy update, which takes a while, and after finally installing the GPU drivers, we have Arrow. So how usable is Windows Vista? Well, Vista came out in 2007. January. So it's more than 17 years old. As such, my expectations were pretty low. But this time, instead of using the MyPal browser, which is starting to get outdated, I used Supermium, which is based on Chrome 121. Basically as modern as it can get. And yeah, the whole web basically works. You can watch YouTube videos just fine. Well, it's probably because this PC is still very powerful, but the whole internet is perfectly browsable. I didn't log into anything because, well, don't put your personal information in these old operating systems. But overall, everything is smooth. Okay, so I know I wasn't going to use any hacks, but Windows Vista is very similar to 7, and it's kind of BS that companies stopped supporting Vista alongside XP. So we're going to use the extended kernel. That should give us Windows 7 level compatibility, I think. So I went to download it, and the website is down. So I went to the archives, downloaded all the files, and hey, now it says the Windows 7 build number. This was hopeful. So I went ahead and downloaded Steam, it installed, and it doesn't run. I think in this case, even the extended kernel can't help, because last I checked, Steam was supposed to end support for Windows 7 and 8 by now. So we're kind of stuck. The Rockstar Games Launcher also doesn't launch. And even software like MSI Afterburner is long outdated. This kind of sucks, as Vista does support DX11, so technically it should be very capable, unlike XP. So we're gonna try to run free versions of games, if you know what I mean, since all the official portals are non-functional. So I went online, got a few games, don't ask me where I got them from, and we had some success. Okay, so now it's time to install Windows XP on this fastest XP build. So I got the CD out and the CD-ROM drive, which the computer doesn't seem to detect, but it does install from the CD-ROM drive on the USB. Well, it fails here, but then I kept going, so. And we're at the desktop, so let me install Service Pack 2, which is the latest one available for Windows XP 64-bit. And then drivers, and then legacy update. And yeah, we have XP installed in the fastest possible configuration. Although it really isn't gonna be different from the last build, as we can't use this Titan X. We'll have to use the Titan Black from the last build, which will give the same performance on games. Heavily nerfed, since Windows XP doesn't support DX11. But yeah, XP seems pretty usable today for web browsing, but not much else. Okay, well now it's time to play some games. Can we just take a second to appreciate how nice this arrow looks? It's so beautiful. Let's start with Need for Speed Carbon. Am I gonna keep watching this? Nah. I've seen this like a billion times, so like, oh man, the screen tearing is crazy on these old games, I'm not gonna lie. Or maybe it's the drivers on the GPU. Not gonna lie, it's playing a little weird, like Vista that's making it run kinda shitty. The acting, Most Wanted had acting that was so bad that it was good. This is just like, I'm just bored. Darius is definitely hiding that hairline. That's why he's wearing the cap. Yeah, I feel, it feels a little jittery. Like I see screen tearing and like the frames are dropping. Shut up, yeah. They really thought they were cooking with this game mechanic, but they weren't. Alright, well, I think that's enough for Carbon, yeah. Crysis 3 didn't work. GTFI didn't work either. Most Wanted 2012 does work. We got the Bugatti. Oh my god. The crash cam is actually very annoying. Oh my god. I like this car though. It's nimble. I have a feeling if we were to play this on Windows 10, it would run better. There's definitely some lag. I think it's time we move on. Batman Arkham Knight. And it does run. It's from 2015. It's fascinating that a lot of these games should run because they're DirectX 11 and Vista supports DirectX 11. Also, let's just check the graphics settings. Why is the NVIDIA GameWorks settings disabled? I think that's because of Vista. Let's see how the game runs. Although Batman Arkham Knight is known to be poorly optimized on PC, it seems to be running pretty alright. It looks like 60 FPS. Batman is so sick, yeah. Man just went.
I've seen trees with faster reflexes.
Shut up, yeah. Why'd they have to make Poison Ivy look like that, yeah? I mean, don't get me wrong. That is the latest game that I found that will run. Okay, so final thoughts? Leagues better than the fastest XP build, but kind of for a sad reason. See, Vista had support dropped for it so fast that it was more than capable of running hardware far more powerful than this. And you can through patches and shit. But this here is the fastest official Vista build on the planet, and it is more than capable. This is mostly because of the long life Windows 7 had, and under the hood, Windows Vista is not too different from Windows 7. It's just that it could never recover from its reputation. But it's pretty cool to see that the foundation that Vista set up here is still kind of what we're using today.